Hey y'all, NK here and welcome back to the Cookery. Today I'm actually pretty excited to try this. We are going to be making some homemade biscuits today. I've never made biscuits from scratch before or homemade or anything really. I am just usually the type to just open a Pillsbury roll and take it from there. But I've always kind of admired like the restaurant biscuits that just are like super soft and just melt in your mouth. So today we are going to see if we can actually make something similar to it and if it'll actually taste good. Alright, so I actually have most of my dry ingredients already here in the bowl. I have 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1.5 tablespoons of sugar, 1/4 teaspoons of salt, and 1/4 teaspoons of cream of tartar, and also 2 teaspoons of baking powder. So I'm actually just gonna mix this all together first, and then I'm gonna add some butter. I don't have the butter out right now because it's supposed to be very, very cold. The recipe clearly states, so we are just going to wait on that. And we're just gonna actually like kind of cut up the butter supposedly to make it supposedly kind of like crummy so that it does not kind of full on melt into the dough. Alright y'all, so that was actually fairly simple. It really did remind me a lot of making English scones that I previously already made, but this actually turns out like it's going to be pretty good so far. I think I finished up all my ingredients, made it into dough, and yeah, it actually turned out pretty good. I cut the recipe in half, so this should make about 6 tops. So that's that. I actually ended up using about only half an egg and half a cup of milk, added that all in, and I only actually had to use maybe like some additional flour powdering it out, but overall it is now not sticky at all, so that is actually really good. So I'm just going to kind of flatten it one more time to get a good size, and then we're actually going to do the same thing we did for the English scones. I'm just going to use a glass here and then kind of push it down to make one biscuit. Yeah, so after 13 minutes in the oven, this is what they came out to look like. They are a little bit on the lighter side, but I think this actually still is going to taste really good because the underside is pretty like kind of reminds me of a scone, but the overall like outer texture on the top is definitely more soft and seems chewy, so let's take a bite and see. Oh yeah, so by itself, I did not add any like jam or butter to like anything in it. It's just fresh out of the oven, and it definitely tastes actually pretty good. Like it definitely has a really nice chewy kind of melts in your mouth, but the exterior really does remind me of just like a scone, especially the bottom, but the inside is definitely very nice and chewy and overall pretty like warm and just really fulfilling. Alright y'all, that is it for this week's video. This actually tastes really good. I just had another bite and it honestly does taste pretty mouth-watering and the type of biscuit known in like waffle restaurants to just like kind of melt in your mouth with its really chewy texture. And I bet it would actually really taste good with like some butter and jam. But overall by itself, it actually does taste pretty good, even if this is kind of on the lighter side at 13 minutes. So this actually turned out pretty well. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment down below any thoughts, suggestions, etc. And I will see you guys next week.